Welcome to the bold analysis. We are still bolding in the beautiful county of Siaya, County 041. And it's such an amazing place, guys. Yeah, we're still at home. Now, there's really something I'm really getting interested in here. And I'm trying to follow it. Because everyone is looking for a job. But nearly I think approximately 4 months after principal secretaries were sworn into office, William Samoei Ruto has unceremoniously or in a controversial manner lost 2 principal secretaries. And I know the one was PS Josephine Mburu, who was largely linked to the mosquito net scandal that really happened sometime last week. But today, I am getting the shocking report about the PS Ngero, who voluntarily, they say, resigned. I want to face the facts and say that no one resigns for personal reasons, as what is said. And the details about the push and pull in the office of Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi really paints a picture on whether really we want to fight corruption, and number 2, whether we are objective as a nation on matters integrity. Welcome to the Bold Analysis. Kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. And towards the end of this video, I'm also going to share with you an update from Bungoma. I was, not Bungoma, from Mukumu Hospital about Ruben's surgery breakthrough. So make sure you watch till the end. We are going to share that video here. Before we speak more on that, now, are you interested in fresh Kenyan flowers directly from Kenya? Then don't look elsewhere, because J's Flowers Limited is a accredited certified company here in Kenya, currently based in Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and they will help you to get fresh flowers from the farm. And also through the J's Flowers, they'll also facilitate the process of exportation to the country to your country where you are. You can contact them here, and you can reach them through their number +254 733 94954. We say J's Flowers Limited, this is the home of quality flowers. So check out with them, and you can also be a very easy way of getting fresh flowers from Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, PS Principal Secretary Esther Ngero was transferred from office of Musalia Mudavadi to that of Interior, led by Kindiki, 7 days ago. Amidst that reshuffle that was done after the health PS from the Ministry of Health, Josephine Mburu, was also sacked from the job. And so in that reshuffle, Esther Ngero was moved from Musalia Mudavadi's office to that of Kindiki. But again, we are told that a week later, she has opted to resign voluntarily, and according to the letter from State House, she is resigning due to some personal reasons. But I've got a story from the nation that I want us to look at and just find out what exactly is happening behind the scene. So let me take you back to when she was in the office of Musalia Mudavadi. She was a principal secretary, because in the office of Musalia Mudavadi there are 2 principal secretaries. One is Aurelia Rono, who is in charge of parliamentary affairs. Then we had Mrs. Ngero, who was also in charge of performance and delivery management. So according to the government regulation, is that principal secretaries are the accounting officers of the ministries. Now, the Treasury gave a directive that in case of ministries where there are more than one principal secretary, and I want you to get that, the principal secretary that is directly linked to the deliverables of that ministry is going to be the accounting officer. So, according to the Nation, this is what they are saying, that Mrs. Ngero, before she moved out of that office, according to perhaps Musalia Mudavadi school of thought, she was supposed to be the accounting officer in the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Remember, according to the new budget, Musalia Mudavadi has been allocated 791 million. Yes, that is the funding. That is what has been allocated for that office. So there was a push and pull on between Aurelia Rono and PS Ngero, who was to be accounting officer. So what happened is that because of this scuffle, it was forwarded to William Ruto. It was sent, William Ruto was told about it, and in his suggestion, he decided that the person that was going to be the accounting officer is going to be Aurelia Rono. Now, that's not shocking. You know, some of us that have been doing this analysis, that's not something that is shocking. You just know. You can just join the dots. And I don't even know those people who are thinking that Ngero and would pick the other. I would not want to profile them further. So, and after that, it means the bad blood still was going on, was continuing. And what the second thing the president did is she moved Ngero from the office of, from that Musalia Mudavadi's office, and she was transferred to be in charge of correctional as a PS in the Ministry of Interior, in charge of correctional services, in the wake of that reshuffle. So of course, President took advantage of, or just took the situation with what was happening in the Ministry of Health and did a reshuffle. So, she was reshuffled there, but 1 week later, we are being told that she resigned. And it's something that people are trying to join the dots, which are these personal reasons, because by the virtue of her being transferred from Musalia Mudavadi's office to Kindiki, I think even if there was the bad blood within that ministry, it could have ended there. What happened that even after she left the office of Musalia, she still had to leave. Does it make, do you want to believe that Kithure Kindiki's ministry is not that good, or is not a very good boss to work with? That's a question. But I don't think it's about Kithure's side, because Huku is she was just there for merely like one week. And I do believe that public servants, yes, civil servants, they also have, as accounting officers, they have a leeway. But a fight to be an accounting officer, even after missing it, I don't think it's enough reason for someone to make an exit. Because at the end of the day, you're not there to draw some cash. You're there for service delivery. And if you are an effective person, then you can work in every ministry. So, the question that many are asking, number one, did she really resign due to those personal reasons, or was she pushed out? Which were the forces behind her exit? It's a mystery that, of course, I even see that article was trying to unravel. We've had a challenge of this country where you're told about so and so resigned, but later on you'll come to realize that he was pushed out. And I want to use a very good example is Kinoti. When Kinoti left office, what was circulated in the media is that he voluntarily decided to leave. But again, you could highly get convinced, because when William Ruto was coming into office, I think the man was on top of fire. You know, he was really breathing fire, and even someone who was to work with him, as someone who had really had a conflict with him in the past, you could think that it's really a possibility. But I want to go back and I want to discredit the first notion that she made an exit due to some personal reasons. I want to look at it further. This is someone who is a career woman. By the way, she's a career woman. She was poached. She actually came from the petroleum sector. She was poached from that side. Now, another question that would also be of interest here is, in the power sharing structure, principal secretaries and cabinet secretaries were merely divided across, maybe Mudavadi, Gadi, and so. I would also be so much interested to know the principal secretaries that are leaving, were they cronies of some specific powerful figures around, or why not? I really want to know the criteria of sourcing, but of course that I will not be in a privilege to pick up that. Now, I think we may not want to agree, but this is it. One of the forces that could be against her about her exit is about her refusing to be a leaning civil servant. Because a contest of who is to become the accounting officer, that contest can only be highly volatile when someone is looking at the potential of manipulating so and so. So, even if she was to be the accounting officer, and William Ruto wants maybe to midwife everything that goes on there, then she just needs a leaning PS. So one of the reasons that could have been around the exit of this lady was they realized she was not so much aligning herself with the political, the political deals that is happening in the background, and that is why it could not be possible for her maybe to be kept in that position. So, if that is indeed if she left, now I've picked at her replacement is a lady from finance sec from Kiambu County, Faith Njeri. I think she was really in the campaign trail. So I don't know whether they come from the same place, if it was a bit regional representation or it is just replacing others. This could really be the fact that she declined to dance to the tune of the big bosses. But more from it, could it be a case of deal went so and she was forced out on a political card? Because President Ruto is really making some changes here, there. This would also be maybe pressure being pushed and stage managed exit, maybe pressure being pushed on her to make an exit for some very leading replacement, or rather to inject some more people, more correct people in the system. I'm just trying to look at it that way. But you cannot underestimate the fact that for someone to leave a job in the public service, one of the reasons is normally about yourself and your safety. You can be in danger. Yes, I know some two friends of mine who tells you that one of the principal reasons, there are two reasons that makes you leave public service. Number one is danger, and then number two is witch hunt. Because with political witch hunt, you will never know how it can go or how it can end. So this is also a possibility that this lady was facing some threat, even after moving out from the office of Musalia Mudavadi. Because what someone would expect here is that, I'm going to the other side. I'm going the other side. That she might have opted and seen that there is some danger that was coming. Ruto could have had a scheme to control Musalia Mudavadi. And the scheme to control Musalia Mudavadi could only be effected by a leaning servant. So in this, because I think I read that article, and it seems to sound as if Mudavadi was supporting the one who made an exit, but she decided, no, we're going to make the other side. So this is something that you can really try to think at. It could have been trying to plant moles around Musalia Mudavadi. But then, be it as it may, I'm making an observation. Why do you think people are leaving government for the private practice? I think there was a Samburu senator speaker, if I'm not wrong, who also left and went for some UN job. Now this lady was in the private sector. He's leaving the public sector and going back, probably going back to the private sector. Those who are leaving seems to be moving on the other side. So that is something that probably we have to look at. However, it is a blessing in disguise for the Azimio wing. I saw Raila Odinga saying that in the next few or so days, I'm going to name some corrupt people around. And that to me was good, because that to me was something good, because that's what we want. That is what we want, accountability. So when these people are making an exit, they are providing ground for maybe feeding the opposition wing with deadlicts, and it's something that is highly welcome. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. I don't know what would be your thought about it. I'm so much interested to look at your feedback, and thank you very much for your support.
Hi guys, so this is Tuesday in the morning. I am here under Bolt Charity. This is Ruben. So we came here just to fact check and know what has happened. I've just spoken to the clinical officer in charge and the caregiver, and I've confirmed that Kwanza alifanyiwa surgery on Friday. And after Friday, he developed some complications. So he was also put on oxygen, and also transfusion was done. But as you can see, he is recuperating well, and we are really praying that he's going to make it. The surgery was successful as of the report that I received, even though he's not still strong. So we want to say thank you very much for supporting this family. We are also going to do a cash transfer to support the rest of it that is needed, because we've been told we can only survive on fluids and fruits. And I believe, and I want to say thank you very much for this. This was a very short notice. We did the 2 days fundraiser, and I'm just so grateful that we really supported him there. Even in his advanced age, and may God bless you in a special way. I want us also to get a soundbite from the caregiver, who is also the wife. Mama Rachel is going to talk to us about this. Here's a comment. Mama Rachel, now over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Rachel Shiram. Back to Ruto-Billions Rumble. Thank you very much for your total support. Thank you for you have brought this far. You are really financially down, but your hand has really blessed us at a good level. Thank you, and may God bless you abundantly, and may you continue helping other people who are in need, and God will lift you up. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.